Hello guys, I'm so excited that finally I have just received my new book, The Bible of Bodybuilding. It's a book that consists of 400 pages. You can purchase this book on Amazon, and this book contains my former books, The PDs Used in Sports and the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, plus the Training, Nutrition, Supplementation, but also including extra features, Q&As about gear, about HRT, but also a quiz regarding supplements, diet, and of course PEDs. So the Bible of Bodybuilding on Amazon, both on ebook and Kindle version.
Hey everybody, welcome to Ask Dr. Testosterone, brought to you by his book, The Bible of Bodybuilding, available on Amazon.com. If you're on Amazon.com looking for great books, what about this one? Real Bodybuilding by Ron Harris. Wow, what a great book. And now, all the way from Athens, Greece, please welcome Dr. George Touliatos. Hey, doctor.
Hi.
So how's the snow? You guys clear? You just told me before we started recording, I didn't realize you got 2 feet of snow over there.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and when the whole country was paralyzed, for 5 days, so it snowed really a lot for 12 hours nonstop on Monday. It started Monday morning and it stopped around midnight. So it was 2 feet in the streets, Even in downtown was really rare. We had also last year, but it was not so intense. So everything paralyzed, and the bulldoze, in order to clean the streets over here, came in on Friday. So I was not able to, even with chains in my wheels, it was not possible to move the car because the snow was up to the door,
Yeah, wow.
So they cleared it up. Hopefully the ice melt, and it rained the next day. So on Saturday it rained, it almost melted, but it's a big problem for Mediterranean countries. The climate has changed. The US is, of course, and Canada are very used to this, or Scandinavia, or Russia.
Yeah.
And we had, it was really cold, 20 to 25 Fahrenheit, which was close to freezing in Celsius,
Yeah, so your gym, you couldn't, obviously you had to miss a couple workouts.
Oh, no, yeah, I missed 4 days. It was good for my joints, though,
Yeah, true. Yeah, so I don't know, I posted on my social media, the town I live in, Stoughton, Massachusetts, we set the record for the entire East Coast of the USA, because this storm we had this past weekend hit the whole East Coast of the US, and my town got 30.9 inches, almost 31 inches.
Let me ask you, when you sleep at night, you keep the central heating on?
Yeah, the heat's always on.
So it never stops. It's always heated, even at night.
The only thing that we were worried about, because we had blizzard conditions, it was very high winds. We didn't lose power. A lot of people lost power, but thank God we didn't. I've lost power before. It's horrible. You probably lost it before.
Same here, yeah, because they have to chop the trees, because the trees fall, and they cut the power, the cables.
So other big news over the weekend, Friday, I saw a post from Chad Nichols. There's a new rule change for the NPC, which is worldwide. The NPC is not just USA anymore. Now for amateur competitions, there will be no one under 18 allowed to compete, male or female. So if you're 15, 16.
Oh, come on, I wonder who competes that young, what kind of maturity and prepare for this. I mean, okay, the teenagers, the juniors are 19. I can get this. But below that, I mean, what the heck?
Yeah, it's people were angry about it because, they're saying, well, I competed when I was 17. I had a great experience. I don't think, it's, for one thing, you should be growing at that age. You shouldn't be dieting for contests. And some of these kids.
And also taking drugs that young, it's catastrophic,
Seriously, nobody under 18 should be using, especially when you compete, as I pointed out. That's the most toxic stack you use is when you compete. That's the Tren, the Halo test, and the Masteron, the Clen, the T3, some of these people, DNP. If I was a parent and my 16-year-old kid was using all that, oh my God, I'd be very, very upset. So I think it's a great idea. 18.
I guess they want to protect them to be legal,
Yeah, obviously last year we had so many people dying. I think everyone's a little more conscious now of the dangers of using PEDs and competing and all that. So this is a step in the right direction. Wait till you're 18. you know, there's no reason, you don't need to rush it. The contest will still be there, guys, when you're 18, for those of you who are watching. And a lot of these people who compete before they're 18, they should have waited. They don't have enough muscle yet. They're not ready psychologically. You know,
Zero maturity, zero maturity.
dieting for contest makes you crazy anyway. And if you have a young, undeveloped, immature mind.
Now, let me ask you this: where are they going to find money for the show? I mean, these youngsters, you know, for stealing the dad's pocket.
Oh no! Like, that's what my wife says. Where do they get money for drugs? I said, I don't know. I don't know.
No, not just drugs. It's food. It's supplement.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of parents who will just give their kids money and buy them whatever they want. I guess that's, you know, those are the ones who are doing that. Otherwise, they got to work. Maybe they're doing Bitcoin. I don't know.
I mean, if you go to school, then you don't have time to train seriously, you know?
You could train, but I don't know how you can eat every 2 hours if you're in a classroom. I can't imagine most teachers will be cool with you.
You cannot diet and you know, go to finals or semifinals or midterms, you know? You feel like an idiot without carbs.
Yeah, can you imagine taking your final exams and you're like a week out from a show? You'd fail everything. So I guess the good news is there's a teenage nationals record in the US held by Cody Montgomery. He won it when he was 17, 18, and 19, three-time teenage national champion. So it's safe to say that record will never be broken now, ever. It's impossible. So yeah, for what that's worth. Anyway, all right, let's move on, Doc. We've got some questions. Let's go with the first one. The first one's easy, Doctor. How old are you? They couldn't find the information.
Yeah, I'm 48, so I was born in 1973, and I'm going to turn 49 this July.
Okay, easy answer, everybody. Okay, Gus Poulos. Every week we get a Gus Poulos question. Hello, doctor. Here in Canada, apparently, I thought he was in Greece. Apparently he's in Canada. Shows you what I know. We have only 2 to 3 months of summer to show off our bodies. Out of the following 2 cycles, which one would give me a 2-month competition look? Test 1 gram, Tren-600 milligrams, Masteron 500 milligrams. That's 1 cycle. Or switch the Masteron for Halo. So I guess it would be the same. Gram of test, 600 Tren, and then 500 milligrams of Halo. So which would you use if you had to choose, Masteron or Halo testing?
So I guess Gus is a hardcore guy. Yeah?
Apparently. He's not afraid of the Tren.
Fun over the show, but he's a hardcore.
Yeah.
He's a badass in gear. So now the combo of Tren, test, and Halo is the perfect stack for powerlifting, for raw power, for strength, okay? Very androgenic cycle. And anabolic comes out of testosterone and trenbolone, but Halo mainly is an androgen. Now, Masteron has androgen activity, so it can suck up the estrogens out of testosterone. So I guess this is supposed to be a drier cycle, but it's not comparable, the Masteron with the halotestin androgenicity. So if you want to do records in powerlifting and in strongman competitions, or if you're a bodybuilder who diets and he wants to lift hard and look grainy, you should add the halotestin. Actually, it's very toxic. So the other cycle is not toxic, and I guess the DHT, which is synthetic, the synthetic DHT, which is Masteron, that will make you look drier. Not that halotestin aromatizes, does not aromatize, but it does not provide any androgenic activity like the Masteron.
Gotcha. Does halotestin always put me in a really bad mood? Like just bitchy mood, like
man, it's the devil itself, you know.
Really is.
Somebody told me that he threw the television out of the window. I broke a door in my house. I was 27.
I yelled at my son.
I smashed the door, you know.
Wow. At least it was a door, not a human being.
I remember all I wanted to hear was "Yes, George."
Yes.
Don't you dare deny me or tell me no in something, you know. I would get twisted, you know.
Good old halotestin. It works very well though. It's just psychologically, oof.
Can you believe this is for breast cancer?
Halotestin? That's what
women get it for breast cancer because you know, in breast cancer we give androgens because they are contradictory to. I mean, they are the opposite of estrogen. So. Wow. Yes, among the indication is breast cancer.
Wow.
Because it has zero conversion to, does not convert to estrogen. So it's crazy.
Wow.
We even get a mustache with halodes and get grainy.
They get ripped. Oh boy. You probably answered this many times before. Can egg yolks increase your bad cholesterol, your LDL cholesterol?
I don't think so. Of course, it matters if you eat 10 yolks a day, because I had a patient who had genetic predisposition from his father for cholesterol. Now, he used to eat 4 yolks a day, and when he cut it down to 1 yolk, there was a difference, but he was predisposed with high cholesterol. Now, I'm eating the omelet I'm eating every breakfast. It consists of 12 small eggs that come from a bird. I don't know how is this bird called, but anyway.
Like a quail? Maybe,
I don't know, but it's 1/4 of the egg size, the natural size. So
okay.
It's almost around 3 to 4 eggs I'm eating. Seriously, my LDL is below 100. So what's the good thing about egg yolk compared to red meat or butter, for instance? It has some components that prevent the oxidation and the accumulation of cholesterol, which is lecithin, astaxanthin, and omega-3 out of flaxseed that the hens eat, for instance, okay?
Yeah.
So these 3 components are really vital in order to prevent the oxidation, the accumulation, the elevation of LDL and generally cholesterol, you know? So it's not demonized anymore, the eggs.
Yeah, I think that was something I think in the 70s, everyone was freaking out. Like if you eat egg yolks, you're going to
Yes, exactly.
cholesterol. And people still believe it. It's crazy that like you could have
cholesterol is not bad, but it's the oxidation of cholesterol, the bad scenario. We need cholesterol. We need a little bit, you know?
I mean, without cholesterol, you can't grow muscle tissue. Isn't that right?
Yes, and also, I mean, the children cannot grow, you know, their brain tissue, you know, and they become idiots if they are vegans. They cannot develop, you know, normally the central nervous system in cells.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to be a vegan. All the vegans are going to give us crap now. Oh, well. Let's see. Okay, so this, the English is a little off, but we'll try our best with translating. My age 34. I take steroids for 2 years continuous. Now I stopped. What's your opinion? What your experience opinion? I do HCG, ivfm to recover my sex drive.
What is this? I'm sorry. What is ivfm?
So let's just say he's taking in vitro fertilization. No, I don't know what ivfm is. Let's say he's doing HCG to recover his sex drive. Oh yeah, ivfm. I don't know what ivfm. You know what? I'm going to get back to this guy and we'll answer him next week because I don't know what ivfm is.
So his question is, after the 2 years cycling, if he can come off.
Yeah, he wants to get his natural production back, it sounds like.
All right, then you need to follow a PCT and then wait at least for 1 year. So the whole year, wait until your testosterone catches up. So let's say by next Christmas, you will recover, you know, because you were 2 years on and off. So it takes time.
So what's a standard PCT?
As we said, you start with low doses of HCG every 3 days, 1,000 I use, for instance, for a couple of weeks. Yeah. And then you follow low dose of serums, clomiphene, tamoxifen, half a pill, half a tablet. You also apply some zinc for testosterone synthesis, some vitamin D3 in the morning that helps with hypogonadism. So those herbs that help with tribulus, aspartic acid, and maca. You need a little bit of cholesterol out of egg yolks. You need to train smart, so intensively but short. We don't need cortisol to be produced. And we want to sleep from 11 to 7 in order for the LH to be synthesized, you know?
Got it. Okay. Next question. Hi, Doc.
Time, of course, yes.
Wants to know, is there any substitute for Proviron, any other pharmaceutical compound?
Well, in Greece we have a compound in pharmacy that I cooperate with and it synthesizes Muscular. But no, my Masteron, you know, is really expensive and rare to find. There's no pharmaceutical anymore. And yet, yes, you can use liposomal, bioidentical DHT cream itself, which is more expensive than the testosterone cream. Yes, I'm using this. I apply it in my forearms, and it's a great libido enhancer.
DHT cream?
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
Never heard of it. Interesting. Okay, our final question. What are the typical diet/foods a bodybuilder would eat on the run into a competition? Have you got any meal plans you could share? Well, you're pretty much on a contest diet right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's all described in my books, but generally, listen, if you take tons of gear, they may have a cheat meal. I'm not having a cheat meal, also because of the sake of my health, you know.
Yeah.
I don't want to clog my arteries. So if I feel hungry and weak, then I eat more rice, more potato, a little bit of bread, perhaps. So yeah, you know, the classic oatmeal, sweet potatoes, brown rice, no white rice because it has high insulin spike. Out of carbs, plenty of vegetables, of course. Yeah. All right, it's classic, man.
Yeah,
What is forbidden? Fruits, juices, white flour. These are the forbidden ones.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. Most guys eat chicken breast and rice or chicken breast and potato.
Yeah, I'm talking about the carbs. Now, in regards to protein, red meat, white meat, fish, eggs, and whey. What the heck, man?
Yeah, it's not that hard.
This is not skyrocket science, you know.
It really isn't rocket science. I mean, and you know, typically guys will lower their carbs as they get closer to a show.
You lower the carbs, and of course, you have a caloric deficit. These are the two scenarios to lower easily. Yeah. High protein to protect your muscles, because protein not only protects your muscle, but it has to be elevated to be used as energy source, because you lower the carbs. Yeah. Moderate fat also, no keto style, because with fat, you cannot preserve muscle. You need high protein.
Right. Yeah, I don't like keto. I know a lot of people.
No, keto is extreme, man. Come on. Dorian said, if you go below 200, you're not a bodybuilder.
200 grams of carbs?
Seriously, yeah. Gaspari said, I never followed keto. Okay, Gaspari was super ectom. I mean, he had a really fast metabolism. He didn't apply cardio. This is unfair for some guys like me, but
true.
Yeah. So, I mean, the extreme scenario is below 100. Samir told me that I was going the depletion week before the show, 50. This is very hard. It sounds reasonable, but not before that. You're going to waste muscle. Come on, because so flat. You cannot flex. Come on.
I think people like it just because it's easy to remember. All they got to do is have no carbs. It's so easy to follow, you know, on paper. I can have bacon.
Low carbs. No carbs is something very extreme and not healthy.
I agree. Yeah.
And, you know, bodybuilding is about anaerobic explosive training. Now, if you do, for instance, walking, yes, you can do keto, but walking is cardio. Yeah. Keto is perfect for cardio, but anaerobic needs a little bit of glucose. Right. How are you gonna burn anaerobically out with fat or with protein? You know, so you suffer. Your training suffers a lot.
Yeah, I mean, they'll tell you that your body will produce ketones for fuel and you don't need carbohydrates, but I've never given it a solid chance, so I can't really speak for.
And you rely exclusively on ketones for muscle contraction. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I love my carbs. You know, if you eat clean, there's so many people who have dieted for competitions over the years and gotten shredded, eating plenty of carbs.
Yeah, but if you eat the carbs, you boost your metabolism, you train better, you have a little bit of decent muscle glycogen, which is the fuel stores. Yeah. Okay, otherwise you're gonna burn out your muscles.
I agree.
It's like running the car without oil, you know. You're gonna burn out, you know. So if you train, Arnold said, eat a little bit more and burn it in the gym, you know.
Yeah, true. Calories in, calories out. I really believe it is that balance. If you're in a caloric deficit, you're gonna lose the fat.
Yeah, if you want a little bit more carbs, make them complex carbs, not simple carbs.
Right. Yeah.
A lot of fiber. Okay, starchy carbs, a lot of fiber. And as you go towards the evening, stop eating carbs. Right. But train before that, okay?
Yeah. I mean, like I always believe when I dieted for toward the very end, the only carbs I would have were my pre-workout meal and my post-workout meal. No other meals.
This is the smartest timing, because with breakfast, okay, you can be brain dead, but save all your energy before lifting and a little bit after. This is the smartest time, you know, the window.
Yeah. I mean, luckily I trained in the morning, so breakfast was my pre-workout meal. So I had my oatmeal. I was good. Then I had like chicken and rice or chicken and potato after the workout. That was good.
When Jay was in Athens in 2015 and 2016, the second year, we went for a walk just before we had lunch.
Yeah.
And I asked him, how low do you go in carbs? He said, never, ever below 400.
Wow. Yeah.
Because he was trained like a machine.
Yeah.
Okay, like a bulldoze.
He used to go, I want to say he did like 1,500 grams of carbs in the off season back in the day, every day.
Yes.
You know, he was a 300-pound guy who trained very, very hard, long volume workouts. So he was using those.
I remember Ronnie suffered. Ronnie went down 200 and Chad told him, if you want to use this sauce, you have to do twice a day, 1 hour cardio. You know, he used to do the treadmill before going to bed at night.
Yeah, because then you'd see him in his videos putting that barbecue sauce on his chicken. Yeah. Everybody like, you can't do that, Ronnie. But yeah, they didn't see the 2 hours of cardio.
But I guess Ronnie was, I mean, unbelievable. He got shredded, you know.
Well, he, like you said, though, he was doing 2 hours of cardio a day, and not easy cardio. He was on a step mill. Those things suck. I hate those.
Samir told me he was going so low carbs that he couldn't smile. He had no energy even to smile. And I feel like this in 2009, man, I was so tired.
Oh man.
That all I wanted was to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's how it is. When you get really, really lean, you're not a happy person. You're not an energetic person. You're just.
You don't remember where you have parked your car, what day of the week is it? What the change is, you know, where you go for shopping.
Yeah, that's why you need somebody that kind of be your babysitter toward the end, because you're an idiot. You just lose your mental capacity goes so low.
Yeah, and don't be around people with negative energy. You know, you're gonna go to jail.
Stay away. Avoid conflict. I always say toward the end, because you're not gonna do well in those situations. Anyway, I hope that answered your question, sir. But the doctor's book has a whole chapter on pre-contest.
It's classic, man. It's classic. I mean, it's simple. It's not rocket science, because people believe something extreme and blah blah blah. You know, so it's the old school also. You know.
Yeah, well, everybody always thinks newer is better, but people have been getting ripped for many, many years.
Listen, Gaspari got ripped in 1987 with ripped glutes, you know, when was no aromatase inhibitors back then.
That's right. Certainly no DNP.
So it was hard. Yeah, it was hard diet.
Yeah, that was 87. That was almost 40 years ago now. Oof, we're going back way back in time. All right, well, doctor, that's all the questions we have for this week. Appreciate you staying up late.
Tomorrow I'm going for a caliper measurement. I believe I dropped down to 7%, you know.
Yeah, everyone thinks, you know, they're 2 or 3%.
I have the shark gills over here, you know.
Well, the obliques.
The obliques and the shark gills, yeah. I think 195 I will be ready. We shall see.
Okay. Well, I'm going to see you in Columbus in 5 weeks, I think. We're about 5 weeks out now.
Yes, and you know what? Per told me that if we share the same room, you know, the rooms in the hotels, they have 2 beds, king size.
Yeah.
So I told him, okay, be my guest in order to do the photo shooting. You're not going to pay for the hotel. So he said that he will consider the camp for the shooting. We shall see. I hope. Okay.
Yeah, make it happen. Come on, Per.
And my seminar, my lecture with, my seminar with Rick Collins is on Friday. It's official, the schedule.
Yeah,
it's on Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. And then on Saturday at 11, I have my lecture on steroid harm reduction and TRT in retired bodybuilders. And then is Rick Collins at 11 at 1 o'clock in the afternoon with the muscle dysmorphia versus the gender dysphoria.
Oh, wow. Geez, I hope you're not going to miss the judging of the Arnold Classic.
Me, no, I know, because I'll be over at 12, but what time is the rejudging?
I'll have to look at the schedule. That'd be my concern. I would check it out on the ArnoldSportsFestival.com is the website, has all the info with the schedule. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it takes place in Saturday afternoon. Yes.
Okay, I would check that out. Hopefully you won't miss anything. I know you won't miss the finals anyway, for sure.
No.
Cool. All right. Well, that's our show. Guys, if you like these videos, please click on the thumbs up. Yeah, 150, yeah. I got 151. I'm one ahead of you somehow. I don't know how. I got an extra episode that I somehow counted in there. But yeah, we've done them.
Man, can you believe it? I remember the 100th episode with Steve, and he told me, make it 200. Now we're 150.
That's
It's
right.
quite a mile, huh?
Forgot Steve Bleckman was our 100th episode. You interviewed him. That's right. Yeah, that was
3
cool.
years, Ron, 3 years, you know?
It's the only time in all the years I've been working for MD, the only time I've ever seen him give an interview was for you. I've never seen him do it for anybody else all these years. So you must be a special doc. Yeah. So guys, if you have questions for next week's show, please leave them in the comments. Like the video, share the video, comment on us, say we're geniuses, we're morons, just as long as you comment. I promise we'll look at all the comments and get back to you. Doctor, thank you so much for taking the time. We actually did this one late at night. It's actually almost 10:30 at night over.
10:30.
Go to bed, doctor. Come on now. All right.
Yeah.
So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching Ask Dr. Testosterone. We'll see you next week.